Today's podcast is brought to you by a company who we have been using for years and takes up significant shelf space inside of our own kitchen. Biosteel Sports Nutrition.
It was a product created out of necessity 8 years ago and is trusted by athletes like Connor McDavid, Tyler Seguin, Brooke Henderson, Rosie MacLennan, and Andrew Wiggins.
They're really a leader in sports drinks for everyone from professional athletes to everyday champions.
Understand something, guys. Nothing worth ever having in this world comes easy.
Do what these champions doing if you're going to be a champion.
You control your outcome.
Who am I?
I'm a champion.
Welcome back to a brand new Biosteel breakdown. If it's your first time joining us, then really welcome. We do one of these every week looking at a quick topic, health, wellness, nutrition. If you're a longtime listener, we appreciate the loyalty and welcome back. Hi, Sil.
Hi.
I'm your host, Adrian, with my co-host,
Sylvie.
And we got a good one for you today. We have one that I actually wanted. I asked for this one, requested it because I don't know what it means. So living together and still being involved in nutrition, mostly I just pair it with she says, but poorly when people have nutrition questions. And then if I don't know, I go back and ask her. So this is one of those. Antioxidants.
Yes.
I need to know.
Yes. So this came up this week because one of our hockey players who we work with, we were talking about beets and he was asking why they were good. And one of the reasons why they were good was because they had antioxidants. And he's a curious fellow and he's like, well, what are antioxidants?
A curious fellow he is.
Well, what are antioxidants? And I'm like, that is a question that I think is very important because I even in nutrition school, before nutrition school, also had that question. And to explain it in a very simplified way is difficult because there's a lot to it, but we're going to do that today. So we're going to start with, what are they? So what are antioxidants? So you probably, or maybe you have or have not heard the words free radical damage, oxidative stress. These are all words that come along with antioxidants.
And sound like some sort of war zone political movement.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, okay, well, they help reduce free radical damage. Well, what does that mean? They help reduce oxidative stress. Well, what does that mean? So we're just going to go over quickly what that means. So free radicals, technically in our bodies, they're kind of like uncharged or unstable molecules. So they can be overloaded in our system if we have, say, a poor diet or lifestyle habits, a lot of toxic exposure. So it could be from, as simple as cleaning products to living in a very toxic area. Say you have like a big, plant in your environment where, you're exposed to a lot of toxins on a regular basis.
So, sorry, would that be like asbestos in the walls? Like if it was an older house, older insulation, that sort of thing?
Exactly. So any sort of like toxic exposure, which could show up in a lot of different ways. Again, from ingesting it, lifestyle habits, stress, over-exercising. So antioxidants are talked about a lot with athletes, and I'm going to get into that a bit why, but over-exercising can be damaging to your body long-term and can create this like free radical damage. So they're not entirely bad. They're one of those things that we do, obviously they just happen in our body. But the issue is that the byproducts can be very bad. So the byproduct and the damage done by free radicals is what we call oxidative stress. So oxidative stress is essentially if we have too many of these free radicals and unstable molecules in our body, they can cause long-term damage to our cells, our DNA, and this can cause a lot of issues from a health perspective long-term. So, certain ailments, even just, like I said, over-exercising and causing a reduction in recovery from workouts. It can cause the, inflammation, which is a whole other topic, but this is a way of creating this overload on your system where your system has to deal with it from a fighting back perspective. So always has to deal with the overload of bad things in our body where we want to focus on the good things in our body. So oxidation can happen in, like I said, even just the food that we take in. So like a rotting of a banana, that's oxidation when fats go bad, so they can go rancid or they can oxidize. So it's a natural thing that happens, but too much oxidative stress, and like I said, exercise is stress as well, and it creates this oxidative stress. Too much can cause long-term damage to our body. When
we're looking at long-term health issues, are we talking about like things on the more serious end of the spectrum, like cancers?
It can lead to cancers. It can lead to, it's been linked. Oxidative stress, free radical damage has been linked to it, you name it, in terms of like heart disease, a lot of different issues.
Okay.
And again, it's probably not the one single thing leading to that, but it has been linked in a lot of different studies. So oxidation in our body, again, can just lead to these long-term health issues that our body has to kind of, make up for. Combat would be a perfect word. So antioxidants to the rescue, and the name is very fitting because they're antioxidants. So they're dealing with fighting back against these free radicals and against the overload of oxidative stress. So they can slow the aging process. So that's one of the big ones that we talk about all the time when it comes to antioxidants is, you age very quickly if you have a lot of oxidative stress and free radicals in your body. And they can lead to healthier skin. Like I said, recovery from workouts, reduced disease risk, and detoxing the body is a big one, combating stress in the body. So we talk about stress. We've talked about it on this actually a couple Biosteel breakdowns ago. And so this would be a version of like stress leading to health issues and making that connection so that oxidative stress can be that direct connection in our bodies. And so we need them in order to, again, combat all of this extra stress, which we all are going to have anyway. So free radical damage and free radicals are going to be built up in our body, but we can combat it by doing certain things, which I'm going to get into. So certain antioxidants are vitamins and minerals. So glutathione is probably one of the big ones that we hear about a lot as like the powerhouse when it comes to like liver detoxification and working as an antioxidant. We have our vitamins like A, C, E, selenium, or ACEs, which are huge antioxidants, beta carotene. We have CoQ10, bioflavonoids. So these are quercetin, like these are all different vitamins and minerals in our bodies that can help to act as antioxidants.
And so, excuse me, do we produce any of these naturally, or do we have to get them all for food?
We have to take them in from food. Our body will produce like a certain amount and work together with what we're taking in from our food, but it has to be ingested. We can't just expect our bodies to make everything on its own.
Okay. So then I guess the next question would be, where can we get those sources? What are good things to eat if we want to improve our antioxidant ability?
Yeah. So, I mean, the biggest thing is to eat your vegetables and to eat a lot of different types of vegetables. Shocker, I know. But bright color vegetables. So we're talking about different, like even the yellows and the oranges and that type of thing will provide us with beta carotene, which helps to convert to vitamin A in our body. So, which can be used again as a major antioxidant. So, sweet potatoes, carrots, peppers, that type of thing. Berries are a huge source of antioxidants. So blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, all of those. Also, you can get a bit from red wine, dark chocolate, coffee has antioxidants as well. Green tea is a big one. And then there's certain spices that have a lot of antioxidants. So like turmeric, which we've talked about from an anti-inflammatory perspective, ginger, cinnamon, and then dark leafy greens are a big one as well. So basically a lot of vegetables provide us with a lot of different antioxidants. And again, it's about variety, and it's not about eating, one single mineral or vitamin. It's about eating all of these things together, and getting a variety in order to get the wide range of antioxidants which work together in order to fight all this free radical damage and oxidative stress.
The only thing people are taking away from this is that you said there's antioxidants in red wine, dark chocolate, coffee, and green tea. That's all. That's
everything. No, Veggies. I really stress the veggie thing first and foremost.
But also,
and those things can also, if eaten in excess, can cause more oxidative stress. Like if you go and eat a lot of chocolate and drink a lot of red wine, that can also cause a lot of stress in your body. So,
but also coffee.
Okay,
so then maybe as a little summary for those of us that did not understand this prior, we can think about the body as maybe a city, and the free radicals as invaders coming in to take over the city. I know this is a bad medieval-esque design, but that's how my brain works. And then the antioxidants being the city soldiers that man the wall to stop people getting in. And if they do get in, they grab them and throw them back out. Is that
totally
fair?
Yeah. Love it.
Just a good fantasy example to close out the podcast.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thank you, because I didn't know what that was.
I know.
And now I feel pretty good about it.
You can tell all your friends.
Any parting words for the listeners?
Well, I think, obviously eating real whole foods is a great way to get it. But one of Biosteel's favorite products that I get a lot of our athletes to take on the road with them to combat all the extra stress on their bodies and exercise, skating times, that type of thing, is to have like a greens powder or something that has a lot of nutrients. I like their greens powder because you can actually drink it with water. And we're not just saying this, but it is the best greens powder that we've tasted. And it provides a lot of different antioxidants. So I think that's important, that if you're, struggling to get enough veggies in your diet and get all these antioxidants that I was talking about, that's a really good way to do so. And
if you want to get it, you can head over to their website, biosteel.com. You can use the code word
Champ Lifestyle,
capital
C, capital L. Try to take
I
my
know,
line.
I'm sorry. And get 15% off your next order. I think that's it. Thank you guys again for joining us. And we'll be back next week with a brand new topic.